Hello everyone! Today we are beginning our unit on argumentative essays. First, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the writing process for this kind of essay. Then, we'll be brainstorming our own argument ideas using a mind map. I'll give you more on that later. The very first step to writing an argument is brainstorming. What do you notice about this picture? What do you think it has to do with brainstorming? Why do you think I chose this picture specifically, and not just a picture of a brain or a person writing? Graphic organizers are a great way to get your ideas out. Today I'm going to take you through a short presentation about the steps to writing an argumentative essay, and then I will turn you loose to create a mind map as the first step of writing your own argument. After we brainstorm, we pick a topic and write an outline for it. Outlines definitely don't have to be perfect. You're still just getting your ideas out on paper. You can reorganize them later. I'd like everyone to take a look at the image here. Look at the writing. What do you notice about it? It's sloppy and disorganized, isn't it? This is actually Larry David's first draft notebook for the TV show Seinfeld. It is not a perfect and complete screenplay for the entire show. He used it to get his ideas out and see what would work. Just like Larry David, we will begin writing our argument with a very sloppy outline. Don't worry about making it perfect. The point is to make sure you have an intro, 3 main points, and a conclusion. Just to be clear, you are not writing the entire essay yet. A bulleted list is fine. You are writing your outline so you can organize your thoughts and make sure you have enough supports for your claim. If you can't make 3 main points, you might want to consider picking a different argument. Once we have our outline, the next step is to fill out the main body paragraphs. Students, why do you think we would write the main body first? Why not the introduction first? Notice how this is in outline format. This is a great way to add detail to the outline you just wrote. I'm not going to read everything on the screen to you, but I would like to point out that under each main point, there is a counterclaim that is then refuted. Strong arguments acknowledge other points of view, but then they point out their flaws or weaknesses. I also want to remind you that these guidelines are set up to show you whether or not you are making a strong argument. If you are having trouble thinking of supports for your argument, or you are having trouble refuting counterclaims, consider choosing a different argument for your essay. In writing, you can always go back a step, or even back to the beginning. Once we have written our 3 body paragraphs, we can write the introduction. Why do you think we would write the introduction after we write the main body paragraphs? Introductions should draw us in as readers, make us wonder, make us question, surprise us, or even make us angry if we happen to disagree. Introductions should also include all 3 main points we wrote for our body paragraphs. The conclusion is the last part of the essay that we write, and in my opinion it's the easiest part. Conclusions are simply a rewording of the introduction and a summary of your 3 main points. You shouldn't be introducing any new information in the conclusion. Even though it's tempting to be lazy when you write the conclusion, be careful to choose strong wording and summarize your argument accurately. Remember, the conclusion is what your reader will walk away with. The next step to writing an argument isn't in many textbooks, but I'm including it as a strong recommendation from my own personal experience. Once you are done with your entire first draft, take a break. Put your writing down and sleep on it. Get some distance, then come back to it with fresh eyes. This will really help you when it's time for the next step. The last step to writing is not really a last step at all. So you have your first draft written, you've taken a break, and you pull it back out. Now it's time to revisit your writing, revise it, and edit it. How can you make your argument stronger? How can you make your writing clearer? You can also fix small things like typos and format in this stage, although that shouldn't be the only changes you make to your writing. Good writers repeat this process over and over, and they are never really finished. In this class, you are finished with your essay when you turn it in to me, but you still have the chance to revise it multiple times before then. As a general rule, the more you revise, the better your essay will be. Only you can judge when it is your best work. Now we've seen how to write an essay, and it's your turn. Today we are going to brainstorm ideas for our arguments using a digital mind map. It's a great way to organize your thoughts. And, like I pointed out earlier, The mind map will show you any holes in your potential argument. If you can't think of 3 main points, or you can't argue back against the other side's claim, it is probably time to find a new argument. There are specific directions on mind mapping on the handout I'm about to give you, and there's also a student example. I'll be coming around to answer any questions as well. If you'd like to know more about mind mapping, I encourage you to check out the link on MindMeister's Student Guide to Mind Mapping. It's a great site for finding out more about what mind mapping is and how it works, and it even gives you hints for brainstorming using mind maps. It's near the bottom of the page. And of course, good writers always cite their sources, so here are my credits for this lesson. Thanks for your attention. Let's get mind mapping.